Wait, we have to adjust the camera. Alright guys, thanks for watching another episode of Die Trying. Please subscribe, like, comment, share.
Here's my shameless plug for my Facebook.
And also this crap that my wife makes and stuff.
Yeah. Here's this website here.
If you donate $1 a month to our Patreon, you'll get one bead.
We'll mention your name once within the next session.
Just fast forward through just a list of generated names. Thank you.
You're there, I promise.
As for Wei, I would say she's a bit of an outsider in this. She kind of looks down on this small town right now. Maybe a few people have probably definitely has definitely connected with A4, but maybe there's some rumors about her spreading because she just doesn't really go into town or deal with people that well.
A4?
My big thing is since other than leaving it, is just he's really trying to make a concerted effort to not so much win people over, because he's not totally blind to how people look at him, but just the ones who people aren't doing anything for, the older people who need help, the kids, making them toys. He has medicine, so he's using what medicine he can to help people. Can't heal magically like his companion can, but whatever he can to be part of helping the town out is what he's really he doesn't have anything other than that. And then also constantly working on his book and figuring out new
spell book.
Yes. New thingies.
Sure is.
He was doing okay after it, because before the adventure, drinking, all that kind of stuff. Although someone paid particular attention, like someone like him should be able to go to the women in town, but he doesn't. You almost think he's sabotaging himself because all the women seem to ignore him, and he drinks normally to tell the spirits to shut up. You get drunk enough and you can't hear them anymore. Well, he had a very positive experience with this, so I think what's happening, he's been trying to learn, trying to get with it, but it's like you give an inch, they take a mile, and they just pester him. And so he's on the verge of going back to blackout drunk, just to give him a shot, because they don't give him space.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of the state he's in. So if nothing happens, he's going to just get blackout drunk. So just have you like, oh, thank God, let's go do that.
And for sure, for the time, it's going to be more or less, you kind of clear out the monolith to a point where it's stayable in those first 3 towers. Malcolm.
The name of the guy who runs the little inn that's on the waterfront, that's where like ships come and stay and stuff?
Buddy Baxter.
Buddy Baxter. Okay, so Malcolm is originally from like the woods. He had a human mother, kind of nicknamed him Malcolm because his elfin name, Destriza, is kind of hard to pronounce.
Gotcha.
So she nicknamed him Malcolm, and he just never really bonded so much with the wood elves. So he came to this town and kind of got some cheap employment with Buddy Baxter. And with these incoming sea captains and all these swashbucklers, he kind of picked up a little bit on the art of using cutlass and the rapier and stuff like that. And some tricks here and there from some, such as disguises and stuff like that. So Buddy Baxter, I don't know if they're close, but he has worked for him and is familiar with him.
You knew that Malcolm would sometimes be the butt of jokes from Buddy.
Okay.
To self-alleviate him in the eyes of these sailors. Sometimes like, I had to save this jackass, things of that nature. And most of them, if not all of them, are untrue. But that he's just going to say what he says to no avail. So that will be something that for Buddy Baxter. But during that time, you're rebuilding the monolith to a place where you could be civilized to a point that you can stay in it safely. You spend your time working with Buddy and inside the Norwell.
This company goes by Malcolm, right?
Yes. Yep.
Dan, what's your character's name again? Sorry.
Jovi. J-O.
I'll spell it how I want.
Please like that after that, you can figure it out. J-O-Z
J-O, yeah. Joe.
My
name is Joe. So let me know when you finish leveling. Have you leveled up here?
Yes.
Is everyone level?
Just so you know, I might be challenging a kill now because I have 12 hit points.
Oh my god.
Challenging. Challenge accepted, sir.
Crossbow.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, is that a great axe?
Great axe with a +2 modifier. Crap!
Is that guy dual wielding a long sword and short sword?
What happened to A4? Oh, he's running. He's running away.
He's dead. Alrighty. So it takes you a couple weeks. You get things mold away at the monolith. All these living plants you kind of cull back, and now it's getting a little bit more livable. You take a rest from exploring it as much, and you kind of patch your way through some of the areas that seems to be exposed to wilderness and such, to be a place that possibly A4 now is calling his new home, on the 3rd floor, where not many people can reach him. But he still does get visitors coming to the front. Not sure if anyone else wants to reside there. I assume so. Soon that Trinius and Wade kind of find a way to Norwell, as long as with Malcolm himself. So as a new day dawns, you awaken kind of much the same routine that things have been going. Men pulling wagons, women doing laundry, children playing in the streets. It's getting a little bit warmer. Spring is probably about to come upon you. You're starting to see up on the village posting the things about needing actors and things for the upcoming spring festival, the Glintleaf Festival. You do see a couple other things for hunting, preparing meals for such an event, and everything that will go along with it. You do also see a campaign propaganda up. Come of age, join now, be a part of the raids. It looks pretty old, pretty weathered, looks like it needs to be updated sometime soon. So as you coalesce right there towards the Ophinium, A4, do you stay in your tower for the mornings to...
Yeah, I would move from my hovel to the once I could take the tower, just enough room for me to be in there, then I would definitely... And then slowly be trying to help them to make their spaces livable as much as possible.
You get people a little bit sparingly here because it's more out of the way. But people who really want their fortunes to be told and looking for some type of bright future, and maybe that their husband to come back from the raids, they do find their way up to you. Malcolm, you see Wade makes her way out to her outpost in the morning. Trinius most likely is contemplating on sitting at the bar looking at the empty bar in front of him, and kind of looks off staringly intently at the products behind said bar. Jovi, you see as A4 gets ready for his morning rituals to get ready, and the day is yours.
The day is mine.
The day is ours.
I'm trying to, since it's not, the monolith really doesn't really belong to anybody just yet, right?
Correct.
So my guy's kind of thinking, rather than work for room and board here at the inn, where I take partial abuse, or whatever, I kind of want to pitch in several hours a day in the clearing of the monolith, in the chance that I might eventually get a rent-free room or something like there, and I could work my way out of the inn.
Alrighty, so in the morning, on your way out, you see Malcolm looks like he's heading his way up to the monolith itself.
I had a like-minded idea. I'm gonna follow Malcolm and I say, are you looking to change anything up there? What's your plan?
I don't really have a plan as of yet, and I'm sure, I don't think we've cleared the entire place, but I sure would love a place to get away from doing dishes and stuff like that. At the inn's kind of noisy there. I don't mind keeping my contacts there, but I'd love to. I don't know. I think there's room enough for our group that we had, that we all were in peril with for those that week.
Yeah, sounds good. I had kind of the same plan. And I'll also head up towards the monolith.
So as they get going, is that Tyrannus has been in kind of a funk. He doesn't know what to do. He sits there kind of with a shot glass. And he's been staring at it for like 2 hours, ever since 10 o'clock when he got up.
Yep.
And he will shoot it and head on out.
Okay,
Fantastic.
official. Okay, so these are the rolls that he's going to use for divination.
Sounds good. And you can opt to use those on enemies and allies, correct?
Correct. Before the roll is made. So I can't go, oh, that missed. I can use this. So
Gotcha. Alright. So as you follow in coattail with Malcolm and Wei, A4, you're getting done with session 1 of this older lady. Couldn't quite make it up the stairs that you held it in the lower chambers. Is just asking to communicate to her husband. Jovi, you see that A4 kind of goes in almost a Cedrus type motion and spouts off some words that he thinks is insightful. She takes it as such and leaves happy.
I offer her aid down the stairs. I carry her.
And she just seems so delighted. You can see the smiles meeting her eyes as she's like patting your hand as you are helping her down. And it doesn't seem to be a jarring as more as to come to A4 and see Jovi standing beside her.
Is that very profitable? Rooking old ladies out of their money?
money? I don't take money.
You're an idiot.
I can't wait to see it.
These are my people that I need to help. And when you're gifted by the gods with immense power and insight, like
Oh, please stop.
you're right. It's not appropriate for someone of my stature to speak such.
Find what you understand. So if he's had, I'm rolling will saves to see if he drinks. If he hasn't, he's a complete asshole. If he doesn't, he's much nicer.
Yeah. As you're contemplating on the finer points of taking money, you see this small adolescent girl, probably near the ages of 12, 13.
Still towering over you.
She's fretting with this hat. And you can just tell that she's trying to hide her emotions, and she's frantically like looking around in the wilderness and in the woods and slowly inching her way up to the monolith.
Oh, okay.
Do I recognize her as one of the children that I've maybe given toys to in the past or anything? Or
It's possible. The village is quite large compared to its like sleepiness.
Okay, sure.
I assume that you stayed a lot near the seaside and not so much on the hillside.
Right.
But she's not someone that you recognize in the seaside.
Okay. I'll, she's coming to see me, so I'll wait.
I gotta give this one full silk too.
You know, I think you don't believe that I can see the future. I'm hurt.
Are you really? Good. I'll continue.
You see that she approaches up and she does this. Is the white one here?
The what?
The white one?
Master is inside.
Yeah, can I see, please?
Is that a door, right? For this thing, or probably not, just an entrance?
No, it's just entrance.
Step into my office.
Yeah. She just kind of walks in. What kind of setup do you have, at least on the first floor?
On the first floor, honestly, at this point, I'd be more worried about the floor. I don't think anybody would actually, I would have brought anything up there because there's still those ruins going. I want to find out what's going on with them.
Yeah.
I've taken the spell, but I don't have the component yet.
Okay.
So I'm actively trying to figure out what's going on with this top room. So I would have made the clear, make sure there's some chairs, benches
With that,
downstairs.
you know that your firebolt does illuminate it, but it goes out too quickly for you to even cast like a comprehend language.
Gotcha.
It's gone that quickly.
Gotcha.
You know that you need something more sustainable.
Okay. Like identify maybe.
Possibly.
Right. But so he knows he doesn't have the equipment, so he's working for that. So I wouldn't have brought anybody up really to the top floor, but downstairs I would have helped him make sure, make some chairs, benches, a fire, something, make it comfortable. And I need fire for, the incense and the smoke you want.
Do you have any certain color fire that you'll be burning with divinations, or is it just a
Yeah,
content.
anything that I could get in, any salts or anything that would change color, because I understand people expect that. So he doesn't feel like Charlotte. He just feels like he's cheating them if he gives them the answers. He knows he could just go, yeah, well, Bob says this and that, but he knows they won't accept it, so he doesn't feel like he's cheating them. He does need money, but yeah, he makes red or green or whatever you can find in nature to make different smoke for different fire.
So you see this small meek girl come in, again fretting this hat, and when she sees you, she kind of falls on her hands and knees and starts crying. Help me find Philip! I lost Philip! And like she holds out this hat.
Yeah. Take a look at the hat.
Very small child's hat, kind of bordered cappy, where it just poofy in the front, down in the back. Looks like it was hand knitted with a heavy twine.
Okay. Well, please calm yourself. I am the lord of all that is to be known. I will help you.
And then she like takes out a little purse and she's like, "That's all I got."
Oh no, he works for free.
Keep your money. But tell me about Philip.
He's my brother.
Okay. And this is his hat?
Yes.
Did you make it for him?
No, my mom did. We gotta find him for Mom shows up. I was supposed to be watching him.
Well, where were you when Philip went missing?
We were at home
Okay.
playing, and he likes to play tricks, and I tell him to stop it all the time. He wouldn't listen.
Okay. And then did he walk out the door?
No,
Well, I will be happy to find Philip for you.
please.
Is she wearing one of those charms?
Yeah.
So here, have some water. Lead me to your house and let's go find Philip.
Is your brother wearing one of those?
Always. And she kind of soaks up her tears a bit and wipes them on her sleeve and starts to head out. And A4 is in tow.
Yep.
With her.
Are we there?
Mhm.
Yeah, I get it.
I better go. Those are going to be 2 children lost.
You see that she's actually leads you up to one of the hillside village area. Roughly almost about the same size, just a little bit cooler here. The mist hangs a little bit longer, and you go here and you see a straw hut, wooden sides, straw on top, one single tree with a nice wilderness background to it, a cow tied to said tree with a pail and a stack of lumber off to the side. We were here, and I was supposed to watch him until Mom came back. And then he said, "We're going to play hide and seek." And then he ran off and hid. Didn't even count. Didn't count.
Well, I will help you, and we will all help find Philip.
How long has
No
he been
problem.
gone?
Oh, this morning. And it's probably about mid-morning, closer until later afternoon. This morning.
Right. So,
Investigation around the site? Or go ahead, Dave.
well, I start going to a mumble jumbo, dancing around and to
Sure.
finish with a big, and my hawk shows up.
Okay.
And command my hawk to fly around and start looking for a young boy.
Sure.
Alright? On his own, just kind of ask him, it's a hawk, but ask him to circle around and look for a hawk. And then after that, I'll see if I can find try to do some tracking, see if I can find a track.
And it takes you about an hour to cast the hawk, right?
No, that's if I change it. That's the one I always have. So I just kind of kept it.
You summoned the hawk.
Right.
Gotcha. So you see A4 throw some powder together and manifests as a hawk in his hands. Do y'all do anything for those couple seconds that he
Couple seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check the mouth of the beast nearby. I may have eaten him.
So yeah, you walk up to the cow and kind of just moves and meanders away from you as you just kind of grapple it by its head.
Release your secrets.
That's
say the gods help those who help themselves. And I started looking for tracks and stuff like that, broken branches, log pile, all that stuff.
Yeah, you do see a small little trail that does lead off in the wilderness.
Change that.
Just sitting there against the tree until someone screams.
As you're seeing this forceful person is trying to force open a
Again, really.
Check every hole.
There's a hole in the back. You should check that one too.
That's after.
I kind of like where Malcolm is going. A4 is doing fine on his own. I'm going to let Captain Happyface stay here, and I'm going to go with Malcolm. Just in case I really would prefer it if he never got injured, so he seems to be good at exploring. I'm going to follow him. Yeah, finally answered.
So you plan on going into the forest?
I think so. I mean, should we search the grounds first? I think he's back on this trail.
Yeah, look for this kid's tracks.
Yeah. Guess we could search the grounds before we go, but that's what I'm leaning towards.
Sure. You instruct the hawk to find a small child.
Right.
Boy.
Yes.
Where are you sending him out?
I as best as I can, I'm asking him to start here and just circle out away from this as much as I can convey that through to him, whether it does or not.
And soon you'll hear, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one.
It's all in the village.
Yeah.
Gotcha. After that, then I'll tell him to look in the woods. Squirrel! Yeah.
So you see it just kind of veer off.
Right.
And if you're looking through eyes at one point, you can kind of see it look at Michael as Michael's peering down this somewhat trail, it seems. But it goes and scouts out in the woods.
Gotcha.
Malcolm, as you're looking in, the forest gets really dense and really dark quickly.
About every, I would say, 50 feet-ish, I'm going to leave a shape of a diamond on a tree or something that somebody could follow if they had to. Fairly obvious.
And is everyone going, or just Way and
Looks like we're just going.
Once the hawk's gone, then there'd be no reason for me to say. So an hour long, after a minute or two of realizing that he's just seeing kids and then I realized, I'll continue on. So I'll be behind a little bit, but I'll continue on.
So probably about 15 seconds later, he looks up, sees it's just him and the cow.
And you just see her kind of just slump down on like a stump, just kind of waiting.
Oh, she's still there too?
Yeah.
He'll stay with her then.
Okay. You don't feel like she'll be in danger here, but if you want to stay, that's
fine. I command the cow to watch her.
You got this? As you enter in the forest, the pines are spilling their sap and the needles are fresh and the aroma surrounds you. After traversing for about a half a mile through the difficult terrains of mounds of dirt and upheaval roots, the trail begins to become less and less apparent, and as soon as though you're wandering through the woods themselves. The sounds of wildlife can be heard throughout.
I think we'll take our, I don't know if we are at normal movement, but we'll have to slow it down, and I don't know if there's something we could have missed, or we just need to push on.
We're not seeing, you're not seeing any footsteps at all.
Am I seeing any markings that he, like a branch or anything?
Nothing apparent, but if you do want to roll an investigation check.
Absolutely. So investigation, it looks like it's just +2, because my intelligence is 10. So that's my proficiency bonus. That would be 15.
Fantastic. As you look up, you notice there's a red scarf hanging in one of the high tree limbs.
Oh, up. I haven't not bothered to look up too much. Oh, okay.
As that kind of dawns on you, like, well, why's a red scarf here? You come to think about it, you don't even know what field looks like.
I'm wondering, does this scarf look like it was tied off as a marker, or does it look like it was left there or it fell off of something?
As you look at it, it looks like it's more just like maybe got caught in a breeze and got flung in maybe a high perch.
Well, I can't tell.
Yeah. You're estimating about 30 to 40 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
How far?
I'll mage hand it down.
Yeah. So
If you, no, I'll lose you.
How far have Way and I gone into the woods?
about a half mile.
About half a mile. So about how many minutes from the thing?
Roughly about 10 minutes.
We left marks. I mean,
Well,
do we want to go back, or want to, or?
yeah. This is our first clue. Perhaps we should go up further. You said up the tree. Perhaps we should see if there's a struggle there or something. Maybe he was snatched up.
Yeah. Any branches or scuff marks on like the bark, like something.
Yeah, you're looking for like maybe even climb marks or something of that nature.
Yeah.
You don't even spot anything that looks that nefarious. But as you're climbing up the tree, you do look outward a little bit, and you do see a collecting of rocks up ahead.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Like a pile or like an actual line collection.
I'm describing it to him.
Almost kind of like a mouth that enters in.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
you.
just kind of like rocks, just kind of like piled up in its own formation.
Okay.
Natural looking.
I'm
Oh shit!
telling this down to you,
Okay,
and then
like
I'm
that.
going to try to make note of how far out it is and what direction.
Yeah, that's. I don't have that ability.
I wonder how that scarf could have got all the way up there, though, unless something flew and picked it up.
Who knows? I mean, it could have already been dropped and something else picked it. There's many scenarios. But I think we should just stamp a nice solid trail back, collect our crew. This is an entrance that we definitely don't want to enter by ourselves.
And as you're taking time to climb up and climb back down, A4 and the others kind of coalesce with you right there.
Oh shit! Oh, you guys are efficient.
Would only spend like a couple of seconds, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I have better hopes than I thought I did. Okay. We actually found an entrance to somewhere, and this
Scarf. Where?
if this up the hill, right? Tree. Up the tree.
Is the wind? What direction is the wind blowing?
You can't really tell because you're really far down and the trees are really cycling stuff through. But as you look, it is like it's blowing northwestern.
So it
Is there wind coming out of the cave?
You're too far away to ascertain.
Is that the direction of the cave though? Southwest?
You still have the hawk.
Northwest, yeah.
Okay. What's that?
Is the hawk still summoned?
I'll just try to see if the hawk's within. I told it to circle around, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just hanging out with you.
Gotcha. That's fine.
Yeah.
I said the entrance is over this way, about so many
Yeah. I'll move up till I get within 50
fathoms,
feet of it,
yards.
and set my hawk, and then drop into my hawk.
Within 50 feet of.
I want to move 50 feet of this entrance. I wasn't quite sure how far away.
No, the cave's going to be around 20 minutes away from where they are right now.
Gotcha.
Oh,
What do we do?
I thought it was
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. He climbed up the tree and
Okay.
slid
I
right down.
misunderstood that too.
Yeah.
I apologize. I thought we were talking like 100 yards or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you just kind of have your scout there,
Yeah, I'll ask tell the hawk to see
Go
if
for
he
it,
sees any
yeah.
children up towards the cave and they come out.
comes back to, I didn't see any.
Gotcha. Right.
Okay. Continue up to this.
So you said the wind is blowing like from where we are towards the cave or from the cave?
Cave's here and it's blowing more towards like this.
Gotcha. I was trying to see like if we could pinpoint where the scarf came from, if that makes any sense.
Well, we've determined that it didn't come up the tree. Somebody didn't climb with it.
Yeah.
So, right? I mean,
Yeah, you saw no markings on the tree that looked like something climbed up the tree or climbed down the tree.
yeah.
Who was pulled up, predator style. So I think we should just enter or just keep going.
Unless the shaman can determine something out of the scarf. No, we keep going.
We could always go back.
Did you not
We're
have a
only
drink today?
confirmation?
Shut
We didn't do that.
do what?
We didn't ask what he looked like at all.
No.
Note self, but
I mean, if we find any child traveling further, I'm pretty sure they need rescuing as well.
this is true. This is true. We could go there, and I am marking so we can find our way back.
Yeah, let's continue forward.
Yep.
Going forward.
Yes,
Um,
I'll lead the way.
as you push forward, you do see it's just kind of odd within the greenery, little white fur specks that are low to the ground as you're making your way.
Oh,
White
I think
first.
these. Yeah, can you identify what kind of? Are we looking at wolves here or something? Actually, you
I
might be
don't.
more.
Who has the nature?
A4.
Him.
Take a look. Make a mumble jumble. No, you know, okay.
You know this is a common fur of some type of domesticated animal that they use to knit clothes with.
Okay.
Oh.
So it could be part of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'll continue further.
Should we?
And there's no markings on. So there's definitely like remains of possible clothing, like poorly processed, but there's no like scuff marks like someone was just.
Well, you said it was warming up, right?
Slightly. Mm-hmm.
So, wool-bearing animals would start to use tufts.
Does it look like tufts or woven clothing that we could tell?
It's just little specks of things. Nothing like a big clump.
I
Here.
mean, it could be like stuffing to a jacket or something too. Should we move quietly just in case we don't?
Yes, but I feel like we should follow this like trail
Mhm.
because this could also be like a torn like stuffed animal that's just
Sure.
spilling out.
I like it.
So let's continue forward.
Looking forward to that, and then marking both our direction there and direction back. So if you got a tree, I make a mark on this
Yeah.
side and that
It's kind
side.
of like just
Yep.
bending both twigs there. Fantastic. As you push on about 20 more minutes, you actually get up to this opening of this cave. You find a clearing with a large formation of rocks that's shaped like a gaping mouth opening up to the earth. The sounds of wildlife fades into the background as you focus in on the darkness in front of you. As the darkness seems to reach within you, you feel as though you can hear the ocean.
Our knowledge of the area, are we towards the ocean?
You're climbing up the hill away from the ocean. The
Yeah.
bay is behind you.
I got you.
Is there any unique smell coming out of the cave?
Nothing but like maybe kind of a little bit of musky air. But you do feel a slight wind flow and hear maybe a little bit of constant breeze.
Undercurrent or
But
something.
the wind's coming out of the cave? Or being
Not like so rushed because you're getting wind pushed back, but you can hear like a hissing
No.
of something. You don't know if it's going into it or if it's coming out.
Just to take a really good, before we get up into the cave area, I want to really take a look at the ground, look for any kind of tracks, either child footprints or predator that might have drugged the child or anything. I'm really specifically looking for that at the entrance of the cave.
The ground's pretty hard for being
Okay.
frozen over the winter, and it's now thawing out, but there's nothing of recent markings or trails that looks like it's been here. And if it was light of foot.
Okay. Any more of those tufts?
It's been sparse
Okay.
closer you got to the cave. Sure.
Guess I'm going to try to like making a flanking move around towards it, keeping to the woods, and then try to sneak up to the entrance.
Yeah. So you kind of just flank around, and soon you find yourself that you're actually on. You can be on top, looking down at the entrance space itself, if you want to. Or, but as you look around to try and find an alternate route, you don't see one to go inside the ground. Unless you start digging.
No, I just want to get up to the entrance and just
Yeah.
making sure that I
You're
don't
on
get
the side
shot
or
or
something.
something.
Yeah. So if this was gaping mouth of
Hell.
said gorge,
So is it flat in the ground? It's not like on the side of a hill or nothing?
no. So if you had to think about it, kind of like a 3D-esque, it's
Yeah.
kind of like jutting out, and it looks like it's just like kind of opening up, so you can go downwards.
Gotcha.
So you're kind of like up on this ledge, and you're looking straight down. as in if people want to walk in and walk out.
Okay.
What do you see?
Does it look like I can climb down, or is this going to take like ropes and stuff?
And you have dark vision, right,
Yes.
as well.
Yep.
It does look like it's pretty rough down there, very rocky.
Okay. Any nearby tree trunks that are kind
Yes.
of close?
Mm-hmm.
I think tie off around there. What is... Now, he's got quite a few kits because of his different things. He's got a burglar's pack. Does that come with rope?
I think the standard stuff comes with a 50-foot network.
Okay.
To burgle with.
Yep.
You would like a burglar's cat or kit? Oh wow, this is very popular today.
Everyone wants a burglar kit.
I guess I'm rather than saying, come on, it's clear. I'm going to say, I'm going to just kind of wave him forward
Gotcha.
and start tying off a rope.
You want on the left or right side
For
back?
the love of the answer, he'll just start walking.
Right here.
Because this is how the entrance is going to come in.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. I
You
got
flanked
you.
around and came up on top.
What's the nearest tree trunk on either side?
Yeah, it's kind of just like an opening type deal.
Gotcha.
So you can just pick any direction you really want to tie the rope in.
I guess right here would be fine.
I'd say since you guys are so perceptive, you should lead the way. Otherwise, we're going to obstruct it because I can't see.
Why don't you go a little bit ahead and I'll inspire you?
Okay. Yeah, I have no problem with that. So he's tied off,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try to be. He's got a pretty nice stealth. I'm going to,
Be careful, don't die.
using my skills as if I was trying to sneak out of the inn because Buddy Baxter was looking for me to work an additional shift. And I'm using my skills to silently sneak out. And I'm going to slowly, and every couple of feet that I spelunk down, I'm going to take a look around.
Did you want to bring it above the rock, and then tie it off here, or do you just want to bring it to the front and then lay it down?
I think just to the front and lay it down would be fine so that they can see it.
Yeah. Do you have anyone hold this rope here?
I'll do it.
You get a rope holder? Big guy?
I'll do it.
All right.
So as you look down, you can tell it's a nice, steep, rough way down. It's about 30 foot or 30 degree decline to 45 and 30 decline.
Okay.
So, and then you'll see that your rope is not going to quite make it to the end. But with possible carefulness, you can probably make it to the end, but getting back up might be a little harder.
I can definitely add to it as well.
If it's hempen, I have a 50-foot rope too.
Gotcha.
I'm down and I'm out of the wind and everything above. So at about 30 feet down or however far, like 80% of the rope length. What is this air? Do I still hear this oceany?
You really kind of close your eyes and focus in on it. You swear you can hear the roar of waves. Or it almost sounds like thunder.
That's cool.
Is it rhythmic? Comes and goes? And
It's very rolly.
okay.
Is it the drums of the Underdark?
That I wouldn't know yet, I don't think.
Or you
And
want to
about
tie?
six.
You want to tie that rope off to add extra rope? They said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Do I have to go back up and tell them? Because technically you guys can't hear. I don't want to top up the top. So I'm going to scale back up,
Yeah.
tell them what I see.
And we'll give him some more rope.
do the athletics check for me.
+2 would be 9. Whoa!
Inspire
hear the
if you want to use it.
I hope those are branches.
It'll lead to at least to a 10.
That's true.
Because generally 10 is the threshold of failing.
I got you. I mean, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use that. I don't want to break my neck on the first 10 feet of my
Roll it.
road. Where's it? What is it?
D6.
You got a D6 over there, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I need to get all big dice like
question.
that.
Right now.
I left my glasses in
That
the
way
car.
you can have a whole set of dice.
Have a jar.
Oh, plus 4. So that was what,
11,
9? Yeah, it's
13.
11. Actually, it's 11.
Is it what?
That blue dice back.
Right?
No, 9 plus 4 is 13.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You make your way back up, and then you go down and swiftly tie a rope knot at the end, and you see that with the extra 50 foot, it makes its way so you can feel slack, as it's pretty heavy on the bottom side. You know, so it's not so wavery when
I
you're
gotcha.
climbing down.
I'm gonna get, while I'm up at the top here, tell you a system. I do one yank, 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 like every 5 seconds. It means come on down. You know, a sporadic yank. Yanking means pull me the hell up.
Alright.
You know,
Yeah.
yank. And now I'm going to go down, and I have, imagine in my burglar's pack, I have like gloves and stuff. Climbing or panicking? Yeah.
Right when he's
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of rappelling down.
Yeah, just, I'm
Okay,
taking my
so
yank,
I'm
yank,
trying to
yank, yank,
quiet.
yank, yank, yank.
You can roll a stealth check.
Okay. Plus 7. It's a bullet hole. It's like a 16.
That's the teeth. The mouth. You realize the mouth is actually a mouth.
Chomp, there he goes.
As you quietly, everyone's just on bated breath as they're trying to hear for like a scream or something come from Michael, and
Malcolm.
you just or Malcolm, you just hear. As you're down there, you see that there is literally probably about 10 to 15 feet that almost was like a sheer drop on your side. But you saw like a ledge poking out. But as your rope was hanging out, it just kind of shot down a bit. So you had 10, 15 feet of almost pure panic of just straight fall. And then you finally are able to touch the bottom.
There's a bottom down there. Yes. Okay. How high above the bottom is this ledge?
So it's looking about roughly 5 feet to be at the bottom, and like your face is like already hitting rock, and there's like a tunnel coming down. And then as you look behind you, there's a peak of crevice behind you that kind of goes down.
Guess we'll have to leave the rope in place. So you'll have to forgive me. I'm not really
No, you're fine.
understanding the.
I got
Go
you.
ahead.
I got you. So I'm just gonna draw it from my perspective right now.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Gotcha. This is a side cut.
Yep. Then you're.
You are here.
Before I summon them down there, I'm going to peer down the one going this way and listen, of course. That's dropping down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of these are just kind of concaving down. As you kind of listen in intensely again, you're hearing that kind of that rolling sound again.
Okay. Do I see any marks or anything?
You see like a little dark spots because dark vision is black and white, right?
No, it's full color.
It is full color.
Is it?
I believe so.
They changed it.
Is it?
It should be black and white.
It's friggin' super slight now. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it could be whatever you want to. You're the
Sure, I like it being black and white.
Yeah, sounds good.
So you
That's
see
fine.
like some dark spots here, here,
I like
here,
heat vision. That made more sense.
here.
Those are like handholds,
Yeah.
or they're. I
it looks
see.
flat.
This is still sideways, right?
Yeah.
So those might be like little holes that moray eels shoot out of or some shit.
It could be holes, but they look relatively flat and uneven with the surface.
Gotcha. I guess I'm going to give a tug on the rope.
Roll athletic check for me.
Oh, that's not good. That's 8.
Ooh.
You feel a tug. One tug.
Alright, it's good to go down now.
You gotta pull a Jack and
I say to
Jill.
them.
Huh?
You gotta pull a
Sorry,
Jack and
no.
Jill.
No, I tell my allies it's good to go down now. I gotta hold this.
I thought it was tied off.
I know, but
You never know.
That
It's
doesn't
not a
mean-
bad idea to have
yeah.
a line tender in case the knot slips.
I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't know. See why.
You first, mighty lord.
Does anybody really
While they're
think it's
discussing, I'm going to sneak over to the other tunnel and do the same
I
perception.
don't think
I'm
I'll
only-
voluntarily climb down A4.
Perception is a
Up
little
there's-
higher. Plus
I'm only going
Okay.
first because it's darker down there and the sunlight is usually.
You're hearing a rhythmic
I bet it is. I've heard this story
rushing of
before.
air.
Okay.
But it's not because you suggested it.
Do I feel air?
It's not because you said
No, but you hear rhythmic air moving.
Air moving. That could be anything. It could be breathing. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you come down?
I did.
Okay.
Those are legs.
What'd you find?
There's something on the surfaces of that tunnel. And these are both leading down. Then there's some rhythmic air movement coming from the other side there.
It sounds lewd.
Yes, it could be anything. It could be the breath of something horrible, or it could be a breeze from something.
Why did you go check this out and I'll help the others descend on the rope?
This is going down at an angle too,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Mhm.
So I technically could wipe out on that, and I don't have another rope. I mean, I could try to climb that. Does either side look slick? Is it wet?
Somewhat wet from the dew and things, but most of this part is dry. You're getting more condensation from this area. But this looks wide enough that you could spread eagle.
Spread eagle. Okay, like a little parkour down there.
Yeah.
Shimmy.
Yeah. I guess I will start doing that, except I'm going to stop close to that first hole and look at that thing on the left. Is it a hole or an imprint?
It's a juvenile purple worm. Have fun.
You kind of see that going down. Just a kind of sharp shoot, and then it bowls out.
Gotcha. What are these things that now that I'm up close to it?
As you touch it, it's not wet. It kind of flakes a bit when you scratch it. But you don't really know.
It's not a hole though.
No, it's not a hole.
It's an imprint.
It's not an imprint. It's just flat on the surface,
Flat.
and it can flake off.
Like a marking of something, or
Like a chalky fungus.
An evil fungus?
it's not sticky or nothing.
No.
So how big? Those are like circles of something.
Some you see small.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones are pretty large and round, full bodied. Some more speckles.
These small markings. Is there like patterns of 8 or anything like that? Like
No, there's no pattern or rhythm to these things.
Okay.
Some of them are perfectly round circles. The other ones are kind of like offshoots. This one's round. This one's kind of like. And as you're trying to make sense of this, you do see like it's more heavily intent here. Some of that dark marking.
Mm-hmm.
So he's about to yell up and then thinks better of it. Yelling in a confined space like this would just be really loud for his predicament. So he'll get his crossbow and shoot it up the tunnel like
Yeah.
kind of signal them.
You just kind of hear like a ricochet of.
They're dead.
What color line?
Do a perception check for me as you shoot your crossbow.
Having this come back on Boston's character.
He shoots out there like one of our bodies.
Okay.
Crossbow could kill me.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Who's next?
I believe I am. I'll send down athletics.
No.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
Back
Boom.
down. Did you want to stealth?
I no.
Okay.
Okay. So pretty loud. And then as I get down, fear of darkness starts kicking in. So
As you put on the light, you'll start to see that this is like a dark maroon color,
Ah, is it like bloodstains, perhaps?
possibly.
Okay.
There are 5 of them.
There's a lot of pulling here, and there's spatters on across.
But not that other direction.
Yeah, there's some still here, but you went this direction. You notice it more here.
let's go that way.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to keep. Does that like look at?
It bowls out.
Okay, I'm going to
So
have
you're going to shimmy down.
hand hold.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
kind of got one leg bracing
Oh,
up,
that's
and the other
scary.
one's kind of down as you're sliding down
Yep.
on your
And
thigh.
then that do I have to drop down?
You will
get
have to
that?
drop down here.
I'm going to use my acrobatics. He's had a little skill of like
Yeah. It's
jumping.
probably
from the-
it's only about 5 feet.
I
okay.
didn't give him the ancestors' guidance this time.
I'm going to try to do a slow, a silent drop.
Okay. You see him kind of slide down, and you see his hands kind of grip the edge of the rock as he tries to go down. Are you trying to do it silently?
Yeah.
Roll stealth.
Okay. Stealth. That's pretty high. 17.
17.
Anything kills her.
You see his hands kind of, and he kind of swings out, and you lay on your back a bit, softening the blow, and you slide down, and now you're starting to see all these shapes, and you guys can hear like a slight rattle as you slide down. You're seeing long shafts and small fragments of other things.
I should have offered him my other rope.
Way to go.
Okay.
I didn't think about
This
it.
pile of rubbish kind of down here.
Rubbish.
Um,
As I'm waiting for them, I'm going to quietly draw the rapier out.
Yeah. You do see some. You do see. You do see some round shapes here that kind of look different than the rest of them. Where some of them are long and gnarled, and some are just even short and spiky. You know, you're noticing these within the piles.
Yeah, that looks like critter to me. If I've ever, without metagaming, he doesn't feel like there's a natural. I'm going to like try to get like really low and hide.
So as you're looking out, can I have this one on? Rubbish. You know, like here. And so you're going to just try to hide in the rubbish.
I'm at the edge. I'm not going to enter the rubbish.
Yeah.
Wait.
Just kind of just getting low and crouching down.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of wait for the party members and just kind of keep an eye out. And I'm also going to silently put the short bow down near my side. So I'm ready.
Alright,
So you're down here make your way down.
Is there any place to affix a rope?
Not safely, you assume?
Okay, so out of the pack, I'll take out a spike or a pitty,
Yep.
tie a
So
rope
you
to
know.
it, and just he's all trying to be quiet. I'm all like, ping, ping, ping.
that's gonna suck for you.
It's going to suck for me down there in the hole.
You hear that reverberate. The pinging is too much for him, but wave roll a perception check. See if you're.
Haha. Now you feel my
It's
pain.
4, 18. Come on. Okay. It's 4.
4.
Low.
The pinging is just pinging off. Bang, bang. Hey, 4, are you coming down?
After you, Master.
Ready?
You hear some pinging.
Here's something.
Just out of abundance of caution, I'm gonna do my little ritual, pull some dried poop out, face, mage armor.
Roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
All of them?
Yeah.
Or just
Surprise rounds don't work in D&D.
Nat 20.
Nat 1 minus 1.
Nat 1!
And fuck up high five. Yes!
So I get my,
Oh, it's gonna be a good night tonight.
It's gonna be a good day today.
By the way, my initiative is
You and I go first,
absolute
and
0. Everyone. 1 minus 1. I do get a dex bonus, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have a negative dex.
20.
No, so mine's 4. Oh. There you go.
0.
Yeah.
Literally.
I have a little one right there, and I can't do anything.
0.
It's the pinging is giving me a headache. I'm not
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
an engine.
23.
If someone actually rolls a 1, they rolled higher than me.
Hey, I got +1 initiative. Look at those killer stats.
Baby.
Those
Oh
killer
baby, oh
stats.
baby, oh baby.
I'm gonna get flagged for that, sorry.
I'm gonna get flagged for that. There's been a problem.
Alrighty. Jovi, you're up first.
Yay.
We gotta go.
You don't know. You always told him he just put
I
his,
just cast a spell,
he
alright?
just put mage armor on. Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm waiting. I do nothing.
Yep. Alright. A4.
Alright, so after I cast a spell, I'm like, so I think everything's normal, so I look at my hawk and I So my hawk sit here and I tell screech out if anything comes in after us.
Sure.
That, as far as we're just planning on
Yeah,
going down.
Yes.
And I figured the
Okay,
hawk
already.
screech would echo through the
Yeah, yeah.
So that's all I'm doing, talking to the hawk.
All right. So you're still at the entrance.
Yep.
Still at the entrance. Malcolm,
Until that
you're
rope
getting
is-
ready. You have your rapier out. Put your bow down to your side.
Yeah.
You
I have
just.
the rapier hidden.
And now are you just hearing this?
I hear that ping, and I'm like, and I'm definitely like,
What are they
I'm
doing up
trying to
there?
find, like, if I was a critter crawling out, where I would have to go to do that, and try to beat it. I want to beat to the side of that, and I have the blade hidden behind a cloak or leg or something.
Yeah.
Just
Not to get off the sheen or anything like that.
We're like
Yeah.
giggling upstairs, like,
I'm gonna be quiet, and not move. Try not to move.
Gotcha. So you're just kind of holding your action there.
Ready. Yeah.
Some drones on.
I do have my bonus action.
As Trinity, you're just pinging down. Wade's all like, that is super
oh
loud.
my god.
And Wade, you do not notice as this thing comes up behind you. Disadvantage because you're surprised, right? 'Cause you have
Surprise!
advantage,
Yeah, they get
Yeah.
advantage.
Oh, here comes this death.
I'm gonna need everyone's D6.
19.
Yes.
Does that hit?
No!
Take
No,
you
it
back to the
doesn't!
darkness.
5. You take 10 damage. You take 10 damage as you get like flung almost to the ground.
You got half. You got half already.
Everyone is a party health monitor go, oh fuck! Wow.
Trinius, as you
Hell yeah.
are like, what you felt something wet hit you on the side of the face. And you've seen the torch just kind of plummet down to the ground, the shifting light, and you're like, what? And you see this bear has his claw on top of Wade.
Dude. You're gonna get right now.
No, I got this. Intimidate. Intimidate.
And the giant
Take a
barbarian
long
just
rest.
So,
This flattens away.
as soon as combat starts, the ancestors are like, he just gives it like a ki, like a war cry, just to get them to shut up. But it's casting dissonant whispers at the bear. Just
Gotcha.
echoes.
Feel my pain.
And it has the will save, right?
Yeah.
Will
Oh
save.
no, a bear will save.
Oh,
Is that that?
Yes.
I have a level in.
No, the bear goes, I got this.
The bear, as you're like trying to like psychic into this thing, I still think it takes damage.
Yes, half.
Yeah. You see it holds its resolve and it just kind of gives a.
I'm a new mount.
Dude, I said bear earlier, remember? I said bear. What he said, why would
Ten,
it
so
not
five.
go into a cave? And I said,
Five
welcome
damage.
bears carrying it into one. I said that.
So you see as you're whispering
Psychic.
this
Play
Don't
that.
have this set up.
dark
Return it.
undertone language to try to rack this brain to make this bear flee. You see it burrows its claws into Wade's back some more and just gives a fervent roar.
Another 10 damage.
Yeah. 10 damage or 5 damage?
No. He takes another 10 damage.
Yeah. Wade.
Ow.
I'm ready, my weapon.
So I'm knocked down and all that shit. Like,
But you
Well, yeah, you're kind of like.
I don't mind. I took half the. Dude, I am almost dead.
Yeah. If you want to play dead, you're fine. Just like. But I would say that it's not enough to take
I'm
up
gonna
your half
use-
movement speed, but you are like.
As this
feeling-
bear's on top of me, I'm going to use repelling blast. And just like, as I'm pulling out the sword from under, just like the blast goes.
I want to see the bear be like,
The bear is like here.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
repel that
I'll send it
way.
right back
you look at
down.
there's a bear, roar.
So plus 3, plus 2, plus 5, so 14.
14, you got it.
Okay. So he moves back 10 feet. Boom.
Yeah.
Away from
so,
him. And plus 3, because I get my charisma now. So 8.
roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Warlock indications.
5.
So 6 you said total for yours, and then 5 on this, right?
So 8.
8. Okay. You see this bear kind of get flung off away as she brings out her blade and just kind of slides it. You see it. You hear it as its like skull cracks against the rock and just kind of like falls back down.
What color is this bear?
Jovi,
Oh.
you're hearing
Oh, okay.
kind of like pouring out the cave entrance here.
That's bad.
And you hear
Oh shit.
I suck.
and you hear
Terenia's just screaming with impotent internet rage.
Impotent.
Impotent internet rage.
Can I repel down as one-handed? Do I think?
Screaming with all caps. You son of a bitch!
you can try.
Well,
1-1 exclamation
You want me to-
point.
want me to carry you?
1-1.
I literally just like jump on. It's like I'm gonna jump on your back. I'll just
Right.
hold on.
You're on
I'm
my
gonna try to go as fast as possible then.
Roll.
Roll athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Halfway.
Sit there with my rapier.
Athletics.
9.
Yeah.
As you grab A4, you kind of just slide down as you're kind of almost running with the rope.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah. And you kind of hit this and you just slide down. To see Way is trying to fight off this bear, and she's got this gnarly slash in her back. As you and A4 just kind of land down there.
Is that gonna be like?
That's going to take up your whole movement, yeah.
Gotcha.
A4.
So there's a bear
Right
laying right there. Okay.
Oh shit.
And I
I
was
was
like
really
literally, I'm
breathing,
laying in front. I'm
obviously.
laying in front of a bear. Okay.
I should have caught up on that.
Is there? Well, first of all, is her torch still going on?
It's on the ground, yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, I couldn't see. That's why.
Yeah.
And fireball.
Roll.
That's kind of scary lighting.
Zawardo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just like flashes.
16?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, 16.
Good. Well, damage.
Oh, look at you not rolling the one.
Oh,
2.
I'm DMing now.
Two damage.
You see, it's A4 shoots out a bowl of fire, and you see it. You can smell burnt hair as this bear. Malcolm, nothing triggered your ready action, but now you're hearing, unless you're wanting to say something triggered in between them. Come back to your round as you're hearing this cacophony of roars. You're hearing cascading rocks fall down and seeing more light emit from this side.
Anything from
Nothing from
nothing.
from the pit.
Alright, that might just be its shitter or something.
Did you get mage armor out of it?
I'm sorry, no. I'm still going to keep my eyes out in case there's like rot grubs or something like
Sure.
that. I don't think I can get up in time.
instant karma.
That ledge right there, it's 5 feet above, you said?
Yeah, roughly 5-6 feet. You can climb up if you need to.
I'm going to try that. Do I need to do acrobatics or anything? I'll pull myself back up since nothing came out.
Yeah.
And I'll start working my way up there.
So we'll say half your movement speed.
Why am I the
Right here.
You take all of our.
Okay.
Get you about
You got
half
the biggest
here.
weapon.
You're seeing
That's with my bonus action too, right?
no. This is double movement speed.
Okay.
Do you want to use a bonus action to move up?
Yeah, he's got that bonus action now.
Yeah, sure. Use it. You got it.
Okay. Dashing up the sides with the parkour.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Trent, as you feel a presence beside you, as you turn your crossbow, you see it's Malcolm, and as you turn your threat back over to this hulking creature, Way with her glaive out, almost trembling as this thing starts to pile towards her.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
This is
as
it.
soon as it comes in, I go,
Oh.
no. And I get a 2 on it.
All right,
Oh.
it gets a 2 on its attack.
Yes.
That doesn't move you in initial order, correct?
No, it's just,
All right.
just do it.
9.
Misses
By
barely.
By
Get it? Get it? Barely.
I'm dying.
So you see him comes down and tries to bite you, and as you're like, oh shit, you can kind of see his eyes as it looks almost bloody red, looking at you with this intense fervor, just
What?
furious.
I feel like I'm getting edited out of these videos.
There's just gonna be a blank space here.
Like that Black Mirror episode. Okay.
So,
Wow.
What just happened?
so he looks pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is hurting, dude.
Like you see all the blood just kind of like almost pumping out of her, and she's looking very pale and just kind of wobbling.
Just missed me because I was leaning back.
So like, he's got the ancestors like, oh, attack the bear, no, do this or this, and like he listens to his great aunt
Yeah.
and channels the ancestral healing power into you for cure light wounds. For 4.
So you feel this kind of warmth hand on your back, and you feel like this warmth energy as it just kind of mends and stabilizes the blood that's inside you.
I do feel better.
Way.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
That's this bear's like.
Does he look still healthy?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Can we tell what color it is now, actually?
It's brown to black.
Oof. Oh, a black bear or brown bear?
Grizzly?
Yeah.
In,
Yeah.
in the light, it looks brown, but in the shadow, it looks black.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Blade
My
Ward,
bear.
strength hex, wisdom hex on it, actually.
Got you.
You're
That's it.
casting in front of it.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
it's bonus. It's bonus.
I'm gonna say I don't think it improves.
Blade Ward. No, it doesn't. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to have, like,
You can still-
Yeah, mage. No, they have like mage.
well, I also cast Blade Ward, so I can get...
Resistance
Sorry, I missed that.
to
I missed
damage.
that part.
Alrighty, Joe Vine.
Yeah, time to hit it. So I think it looks pretty healthy, so I guess I'm just going to use a key point to do a flurry of blows.
Sounds
3
good.
attacks.
What?
Pull the sword out, and then slash, and then, like, punch kick.
Got you.
Gonna do, like, a
Slash
spinning
attack.
A spinning attack. Plus 3 for everything. So 12.
17?
Punch.
Can't see.
Kick.
13.
13.
Slash misses. Punch connects. Kick misses.
Alright, cool. 4. Punch kicks.
Yeah.
Punch hits for 4. Oops.
Way to roll a 1.
What's this one about?
A4.
What's happening here?
Fireball.
Just in case there's any doubt, well, I guess this
I'm trying to get
is
his
Joe,
attention.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
She-
Yeah, she's up there with the bear.
So I'm gonna make sure I'm further behind
Sure.
Joe, and if you even have to between like do a fireball.
So-
And I'm just gonna use my 9, so that'd be a 14.
14 hits.
Okay, 30.
Those are all gone.
You're doing
For
just
6.
fine.
Alrighty. So you see A4 as he pulls in this golden white energy and just shoots this fireball out. You kind of saw something when he did it to the bear, but it was kind of a purpley black. Malcolm.
How far away am I from the bear?
You're within, you can move up and get to its distance, so about 20, 25 feet.
Okay. Would that wipe out my
That's why I
bonus
get
action?
it down further.
If I moved up, attacked it, I couldn't disengage in that same round with a bonus action.
Does your rogue ability let you disengage as a bonus
It's
action?
yeah.
It does.
So you can move up there, attack it, and then disengage, and then move your extra 5 to 10 feet back, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm basically
Yeah.
kind of coming from the side, just
That's not-
rapier stab right in the back. Oh!
And if it's engaged in combat with someone else, you get sneak attack, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Or if
yeah.
they're full of
Yeah.
it.
So that's plus 5.
Hits. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So that would be the D6 from the rapier, the D6 from the
Sneak attack.
thing.
Does it count my
8
allies
plus
in the
3,
bear's mouth?
11 points damage.
Nice.
Disengage. How about these?
Yeah. So you come in and you stab it in the nape of its neck, and you come back out, and you can kind of see, like, as you pull your rapier out, just like a spurt of blood comes out, and then it just kind of rolls down.
Nice.
Alright.
He slides back.
So you see the same kind of, as it gets hit in the neck, stands up and goes,
Oh shit.
swipes at the two of you.
Sweet. Nat 20, nat 20. Let's
First,
go.
second.
Let's go. Nat 20.
That is
Sucks
a
it's-
15.
That is my fucking AC. God.
Alright. Wait. That is an 11.
Hits.
Alright.
It's okay.
We're gonna take some damage here.
I had Blade Ward on.
Wait, how many d6s is this?
You take 12 points of damage,
Alright, it's not that much.
and I'm going to give you total, and you can have
Yeah.
8, 13.
Okay.
So 7.
God damn.
So
Holy shit. Travis almost dead.
Same here.
as you see, Way gets another gnarled and Jovi, she gets cleaned out. You're just feeling this wet spurt hit you guys in the face as this bear is constantly tearing flesh away.
Oh my god.
My clothes.
He's doing enough damage. He's
Shut the rip off!
he's accurate. He's accurate enough. I'm a little worried that just pumping him up is not going to do much. So he's going to vicious mockery the bear.
Okay. And he has to do a will save on this one.
Wisdom,
Yep.
disadvantage.
That's a disadvantage. Actually, if you want to, is a concentration check on that required?
Heck
Since you got
yeah.
hit?
Oh yeah. So 7 or
7. No, 10.
yeah, 10 is higher. Fail.
Alright, so the hex you see just falls off this thing, but he only gets an 8.
Okay. Sounds fast. So he gets disadvantage on his next attack,
Sounds good?
and he takes 1 damage.
Phenomenal! This is what I like to hear, guys.
I don't want to kill him too quickly. It's not.
Yeah, you
We're
want to
having
have
time
that.
to do his thing.
Right here.
I can kill him quicker.
Way.
You're enhancing her
That's
training.
good.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
I want her to shine.
Training
It's a
enhancement.
turbo moment.
Well, but
Training
she needs
enhancement.
experience.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I get behind
Sentence and
Jovi.
You move out of the threatened square.
Yes.
Okay. Are you disengaging?
Oh my god. You can't take this hit, dude.
Question.
Yes, I disengage.
You disengage and you kind of fall behind Jovi as you just kind
Leaving
of
2
catch-
different puddles of liquid.
Yeah, as you're just trying to catch your breath. Jovi.
I'm gonna
You see-
use. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you see Wade kind of duck behind you. Just take some sanctuary from a couple of these blows that she's already sustained.
So, he's already gets disadvantage on his next attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I was gonna use the dodge action.
You
list.
technically, your character just saw this thing, just not blink an eye. As Trina said, your mother's a whore. This thing's just like looking at you.
Yeah.
So, but yes, metagame knowledge, he will
So,
have
oh, shit,
disadvantage.
you're right.
That game is bad.
I mentioned if they ventured together previously.
Yeah.
it would be
I guess that's
If I insult them, they will not hit you. As Trina
As
says,
well.
has said.
Alright, so I'm just gonna do flurry blows again, try to take
Sure.
it down. It's +5, I'm retarded for these attacks anyway. So same things as always, but
Hit.
18.
Shut up, dude, I can't see
Miss.
that one. Did that hit?
Hit.
Okay, so 2 hits.
Yeah.
D64.
Run!
+3 on each of these. 5 and 7. 12.
12.
The power ramps up. Suddenly, glink, glink, glink.
Now remember, I'm actually productive. Once I make it through.
Jovi, as your slash comes down, you hit this thing in its front haunch. You see its legs kind of collapse under its weight. And as you missed with your punch, as its weight came down, you came down with your foot and broke its jaw. And it just lays there limp on the ground.
Wish granted. Flex.
Flex.
Jovi, win.
Jovi wins.
Floating.
Yeah. I'm done.
Bestiality.
Oh, not that. Goodbye, video.
It didn't just get demonetized. I know.
Timestamp, Aaron. Timestamp.
Erase.
You just bleep it out.
Daniel goes, Daniel immediately cuts to everyone red face. Like, God damn it. Or in the back of Storm's head.
Yes, see
As this mound of fur lays in front of you, all it seems to stop, and it just your heavy breaths are just carrying throughout the cavern. As you can hear slight drips of Wade's blood pooling down below.
So Can we take a short rest and collect ourselves and give a?
I'm actually gonna check the inside of the bear. Like,
As you check the inside of the bear, you find no sign of the child.
okay.
So with a short rest, you guys get 2 hit points back from the saga rest.
Yay! We have to spend a hit dice.
Yep.
Do you?
While,
Yeah.
Well, that and
while
the
they're
spirit song
resting,
rest.
I'm going to peer down where the bear came from, moving slowly.
Moving slowly, you're hearing some scratches and
Oh, like another mate, perhaps, or something.
possible. They seem a higher pitch.
Higher pitch.
Was this bear male or female?
As you inspect, it was female.
Cubs.
Oh boy.
It's dead, Joe.
All right, without pursuing, I'm going to sneak back and let the resting party members know. You know, I guess I'm going to keep guard. I'll keep listening for them while they're resting.
You hear a couple whimpers every now and then.
Oh,
Whimpers.
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is sad.
Yeah.
In Jovan's perspective, Tetra has told her that this is just how life goes, man. The strong survive and the weak, they perish.
I don't agree with that though.
But I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm also
I agree.
thinking that this bear doesn't necessarily scale this passage out of here. There's got to be another way out, which might be some good news.
As you kind of ascertain that, you do look at the rock structures and the size of the bear, and it does look like it could possibly get out of here with just its sheer strength and its girth. Yeah,
It could climb out of
it
here.
could climb out of here. Yeah.
Do I see any signs of it doing that before?
You see some.
Now that I've used his torch instead of the dark tree.
Yeah, you see some claw marks running up as you are going back up, looking instead of
gotcha.
just kind of repelling and looking down.
Okay.
But that doesn't explain the maroon
Blood?
stuff yet. Or wait, is it blood?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That goes down. To,
I thought it was like leech shit or something.
that goes
so-
down to the other passage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as you take your torch down there, you do see it's rummages of bones and rib cages and things of that
Oh
nature.
shit.
So he'll
Okay.
kind of slowly wants to kind of peek in and see how many cubs we're talking about.
2.
2?
Oh, it's
How
so
big?
sad.
Like Labrador big?
Or
Slightly-
stove.
Slightly larger than the average dog.
It's a dead end cave.
Probably at the end of their nursing, if you had to guess, Nick.
He'll go in real slow and try to approach them.
You see they do back huddle in the corner and kind of gives little grunts out.
Is there any food or carcasses in the area?
What has been has been devoured because this could be the end of their hibernation
Okay.
and they're starting to awake.
Anything recent down there?
No, just some bears. Would you like one? They're friendly. You should just go grab one.
No clothing or signs
No,
of
they're
human,
not wearing any clothing. No.
no signs of
They're
human
naked
remains.
bears.
And how,
Yeah, unless you're searching through this,
I am going to
Yeah,
go
we-
back down there now that
Oh my
we're
God.
done resting, I guess.
you do see some humanoid skeletons down here.
Okay. I let them know.
Like you see a humanoid skull.
Humanoid skull. So that's been down here for a while. Nothing recent, like clothing. Or
No, and like I said, winter just happened, so most likely these bears were hibernating when you came in.
Wow.
I got you.
The kid could have slipped and gotten over there on the other side, too.
Yeah. Okay. Since that's like, I'm going to look for ways out of the rubbish room.
Sure. The rubbish room, you don't see much. You see like a crack, and you might see like some pool coalescing that's kind of sliding down. What you do see as you're expecting for another way out, you do notice a small path here that looks like a small rodent or vermin could fit through.
Ah.
Awesome.
So,
Hey,
so
A4.
rubbish room is a dead end, right?
Mhm.
So I come back out of there and I'm there and I can't do anything. And then the cub cave, is that a dead end that we
Basically,
see?
mhm.
Yeah, okay.
April, you could get a familiar into there and scout where it goes.
I could. I'm really interested in the bears.
Oh god.
One,
Okay.
with my knowledge of nature or
Mhm.
whatever, can these bears climb out of this hole?
Yes.
So that's if we
The baby
leave them-
bears can't.
Right, that's what I figured. So these bears are dead if we leave them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing I know. I'm not a ranger, but I just want to know.
Yeah.
Then once Malcolm points out this shaft, I'll kind of really look at it and. I mean, can I go down it?
No,
Okay.
it's
literally like we're talking like
small, yeah, like
Okay.
squirrel, rabbit,
that. Gotcha.
vermin.
Okay.
Large snake.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah. Something.
scavenger.
Right.
I think this is a dead end as far as our young child goes.
We've extensively checked in here. Nothing. Nobody. Okay.
Skulls, but nobody.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Can you charm those bears and we take them out? Sleep or
I
something?
can make him go to sleep.
Go to sleep and then we can maybe hoist them out of there if you want them.
Well, I can't really take care of a bear, but it would be awesome.
At least you can let them go.
Your nature check will let you know that they're probably at the end of their nursing stages, so
I have a good chance of surviving if we leave them out.
But they might not-
I'm worried about trying to keep one ourselves as our pet, is what or both of them.
They probably couldn't get out of this cave. by
they couldn't get out
No,
the
they
cave.
can't.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have to get them out.
Yeah, no, I can make them go to sleep, and as long as we're gentle with them, try not to, and hopefully they won't wake up. We can get them up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe we
put them
should.
in some type of backpack sling or something, tie them off to the ropes, and after we all get out, haul them up.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Does anyone else know how to tie knots?
My guy has been around the docks quite a bit.
I'll assist anyone who wants to try to help get these bears out once they're not ready to slice me open.
Yes. Yeah, of course, we have to make sure that he can put them to sleep.
So once we have something ready, because sleep only lasts a minute.
Oh, Jesus.
Can only do it 3
Yes.
times, and actually they can wake up at any point. Like every round they get a saving throw. So
Do they?
that's the way sleep works.
Awesome.
No, I'm sorry. I was looking at Tasha said offer. And unless they're taking
Yeah,
damage,
yeah, yeah.
they're asleep for a minute.
Well,
Get my
yeah,
spell
That's the wrong spell.
Yeah. Bear's like.
So we need to pair these harnesses
And then
Right. That's what I'm
sleep them,
saying.
drag them over.
And then I can sleep them because I took a short rest. So I have 3 spells. I can sleep them 3 times.
We need somebody big and strong up top already.
I got it.
Joy.
Yep.
Get on up there.
I nominate myself.
Moving up,
Yeah.
roll a
Sure, this is the best idea, taking these people's
Athletics.
bears out.
Athletics.
I don't care, but
Plus
they
4.
do. And I
I think it'd be great to have in our tower.
Giovanni, as you
Train
pull
them.
on this
It's not a
rope
bad idea.
to pull yourself up, you feel the knot give way and the rope fall down.
Oh, shite.
Well,
I'm waiting for someone to roll well.
I'm too strong. Okay, I'm going to cast levitate on myself.
Okay. Can you do that?
Like you do. Yeah, because wind genasi.
Sounds good.
And then, like Jesus.
I'm
Float up.
so glad I didn't take levitate.
Like Jesus.
How far?
It's for however long levitate lasts. I think it's 10 minutes.
Gotcha. So you can basically move out here.
Yes, 20 feet per round. I'm going to float up,
Yeah.
retie it, float all the way back up
Roll
to
athletics check.
Okay. 16 again.
Well, if you can float, can you just carry the bears up with you?
No, but it's 20 feet around is the problem. How?
So
Yeah.
I mean, what happens if it wakes up? I'm going to have to punch it out?
Just drop
Let's
it.
get a minute.
Just
Got a
drop
minute.
it?
got a minute.
So
Damn
Okay,
it.
I'll come back down.
I'll cast some
Let's
sleep.
try it.
You'll pick them up. I'll cast sleep again.
How
You'll
heavy
fly
is a
up.
bear?
You're good.
Okay, I'll try
16
it.
strength. I think you're good.
I'll try
The
it.
baby bear.
Let's try it. Once
Just
he
let them go.
that's
Okay.
sleep.
So it looks like a kid carrying a kitten.
This describes us both.
And once I get to the top, I'll just like
Yeah, you comfortably get out.
just place it on the edge and then start floating back and let
And
it
Giovanni
run off.
ties off the rope for you guys
Uh-huh.
for y'all to climb back out.
Okay, I get the fuck out.
Going to rub a garment on the mother's pelt for the scent. Maybe I can use that as a lure to get it back to the
Yeah.
monolith. Sounds good on paper. I'm not a druid.
An actual 13 with an athletics to get up.
Fantastic. Yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Dead.
You wait on your demon to come back.
A demon or somebody. I'm not climbing this.
Demon, do you go back, or Giovanni, do you go back to get A4?
Yeah, sure. I can carry him.
Yeah.
Flying.
send the rope.
You are now a chair.
It's going to be novel at this point. It was going to be more if y'all escaped up, and then the rope fell on. You're good. So you all coalesce at the top of the clearing, with the bears kind of snuggled next to one another, and you notice that it's getting fairly dark, dusky, going out, and you're hearing.
Oh shit!
Out in the distance.
Perception, can we tell where the distance is coming from? Or is it like around?
You can tell us most likely where it came from.
There's a search party now.
But again, while
We
they're
didn't find the kid. We found these fucking bears.
I feel like we got off track.
At least we saved the bear kids.
true.
Nature, it's a life.
I'm going to get into
Like,
the woods towards the direction that we came from, and just try to take cover as these voices determine if they're approaching or what. Get out of sight of the main party here.
It seems like it's moving laterally versus coming towards you.
Okay.
It was more back and forth.
So he'll.
I'm behind trees.
They're 200 yards away or something. Is that
Dude.
the idea?
Yeah.
You guys are crazy.
In the woods. Probably back where you were when you first found the scar.
He'll head towards that way and he'll just whistle as loud as he can to get their attention.
And you kind of hear like a racing of footsteps coming towards you in the lantern. Yeah, it's bullseyes right in your face.
Oh, don't even start.
Yeah. You see a mother of you see a woman, middle-aged, comes around and says, "Philip."
We've been looking for Philip all day. He's not in the bear cave, so there's nothing to worry about.
You don't remember where he went.
We
Found this.
Yeah, found the scarf up in the. Is this his?
The scar. And she goes and grabs it. Where?
In a tree.
Do you have any hounds?
I don't have any.
Do you know someone who has hounds?
Why was it in a tree though?
When?
Your divination needs to get better.
When?
Saved your ass.
It's getting it's getting dark. I'm fine. I recommend if you can get us some hounds, we'll pursue Philip in the dark.
Let's go. Alyssa's waiting at the home.
Okay.
If you
While
can-
we're waiting on hounds, I'm going to look for berries.
they're making their way out.
Okay.
Of the forest.
That's it. But I guess I'm staying with the bears because I need to find berries or something like that I can like keep their attention on me.
The child should stay with the bears. It's a good plan.
And I'm gonna protect them
I
from
give
the
you
bears
that
that will
scent of the mom's pelt rag.
Change a new cloak.
Yeah, here we go. But anyways, so while
Fits me just right.
while
Pelt of their mother.
while I'm waiting for the hounds, we'll I'll find berries and like so we're waiting with the bears. I'm trying to work on keeping their attention.
Gotcha. Go with the Tyrannius and the mother.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to head back. We got the bears out of the cave.
Yeah.
I'm done with them personally.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Yep.
Starts to head back. She's like,
Getting there.
"Yeah, I don't have much, but you can have what you can have all I have as long as we get Philip back."
No need.
I don't know what Alyssa was thinking. I let him run off by himself like that. Yeah, I should have brought him with me. Because I should have brought him with me.
It's just boys, it's children. We do those things, run off. Get lost at sea, you know.
How
Things.
old is Philip?
He's 8. He's wearing this red scarf.
Has he talked about seeing anything in the forest before?
Never. Him and his sister always play, and I know Alyssa's beating herself up. Playing hide and go seek. It's a children's game.
Nobody's at fault. We'll get the hounds, we'll find the boy, we'll bring him back.
Thank you. I know old man Sower has some dogs that maybe we can procure.
Is that something we want to go to first? Is get some tracking hounds?
Yeah, that was his idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we can collectively kind of move in the dark and relative safety.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's just dusky right now. It's not
Yeah.
dark out yet. But as you're traveling out, the sun is fast approaching to be over with.
How long would it take us if we made a direct route from here back to our tower?
Back to your tower, it took
I'm not
you
sure.
20 minutes to get here from where you are, and then you travel half. So roughly 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
Do you want to like, we'll go get the hounds and we'll be back up at like a point
Yes.
so we can move out together?
Yes. That's what we'll do that. Because I want to take the bears back to our tower. Think the bears. Set up a small area to keep them contained, and then rush back.
If you had to, would you resort to muzzling them and pulling them to the tower?
If need to, yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise they're just going to get killed when all these people, if
that's
anybody else comes
that's
in.
true.
Put them in Malcolm's room.
So you go, the mother goes into her home. She says you can come in and kind of refresh yourself if you need to. She goes, no, I know it's been long, and being out in the forest is quite tiring.
Yes. Yes, it has. Once we get those hounds, we need to head immediately back out. I'll be fine.
You visibly have no, well, short healed.
Yeah.
You have some mending wounds.
Yeah.
That's
do
been magically
you run
healed.
like half your hit points is no physical, like visible damage, and then after half your hit
Well, you
points,
healed her
start-
magically,
start
so it
getting-
closed it up. And the second part magically is just naturally healing. So she has bandages on herself.
Yeah.
So you, yeah.
I feel okay,
Yeah.
but it's I'm internally bruised and shit.
Yeah. So do you head to Old Man Solar's first, or do you
Yes.
try to?
Let's go get these bloodhounds, and honestly, the sooner we can, the better. Just the fact that the scarf was just in a tree, we'll try the bloodhounds, but I have no idea what's going on there.
Well, if the lighthouse lead us to a tree, then we'll know and go from there.
Okay.
Until then, we're literally just shooting in the dark.
She goes with you, Malcolm. You know the way to Old Man Solar's house. You've been there a couple times before.
Okay.
As you lead the way, you kind of get to that big, large tree, and you start hearing the dogs off in the distance. She's like, goodness. And she kind of is like, picks up her skirt and starts trying to run a little bit quicker.
Okay.
This is why the women in our country don't wear skirts. It's impractical.
Yeah, it is.
And do you go first, Malcolm, or do you let
Yeah,
him?
since I've been here, this is by the stables and everything,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I go ahead and shout.
Yeah.
You know, try to for the old man and then his helper dude
Yeah.
that was out there.
You see Coldrag come out. God dang it! You know fucking lady this. You just see him like just kind of like a little bit more red, chest exposed, and just kind of veins popping out for almost no apparent reason.
I'm like, we're in a bit of a bind. There's a missing child, and we need some hounds to do it. And I'm going to try to persuade him using my persuasion skills. We've got to get got to get some dogs and get them out there. We're losing precious time.
Yeah, and you hear him when you say we're missing a child. You see him kind of shakes his head and kind of looks frantic and is like, well, "Hold on!" And you see him come out with two hounds, still not dressed. Where's he at? Or do you have a scent? What's going on?
We
And you
do.
see that he's a lot deflushed, so so a little bit
Red
more
scarf.
Have the one called.
Yeah.
Yes.
Snuff at the dog's nose, and they just kind of go off searching.
We will definitely follow him.
Lead him back to the house where we was last seen.
Wherever the hounds go.
Yeah. You see the hounds kind of pitter-patter seaside a bit, hitting random spots that don't really seem to have too much.
Start to lead him back to where we first found him, which is where we're going to meet up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of lead them back up to the house, and have them sniff out. And as you kind of meet there at the forest edge, you see the hounds don't enter into the forest. They kind of make their way back towards town.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
That's good.
And then soon, A4, you start to notice that you're heading towards Esther's house.
Oh shit. Let's continue.
And you do end up at her front door. You kind of hear the door. You see the hollowed old lady with the arthritic hands come out. Yes.
Have you seen Philip?
Who?
Boy.
Insight. Fuck off, man.
No, I was thinking the exact use.
It's not. They're not bad. I just have no bonus. And I'm holding a baby, apparently.
Yes, there's a boy, she says.
Has he been here?
Boy! Boy! And calls out, and you see this kind of shadow kind of coalesce in the doorway. And he looks out, it's like, Mama! And he runs out.
As the adventurers.
Being serious.
I found him wandering about. I didn't know who he was. Brought him home. Take that damn necklace off of him. She says right off her hands. You see the mom just kind of bend down and scold her child and hurriedly kiss him multitude of times.
Well, your children has been returned safe to you.
And you see her as she collects herself. She kind of grabs Philip and snatches her hands. She goes, "You witch! You bewitched him! You took him in your house and you wanted to eat him!" And just starts going off on this tangent. And you see Esther just kind of coil back and
As soon as that starts,
grabs the door.
I step in front and stand all imperious.
Yeah.
And try to get her attention and like literally wave until the lady, to the mother stops and looks at me.
Yeah.
I have consulted with the oracles. Esther had nothing to do with this.
She's bewitched you too! I see you that you fought together and you convolute with this devil! And she just starts firmly running off to her cabin.
Oh shit. Well, A4 dear, I believe you've made a fan.
It's not the first time,
It's not the first time.
but they respect my power.
Cauldron's like, eventful. Sorry, Esther. You know her words. She was missing her child. She's very frightened. Please try to get some rest.
Yeah, no shit.
Good work. And just kind of...
It's all Esther's doing, apparently.
Don't hold too much against the woman. It's just the fear of ignorance.
Yeah.
And
And
experience.
you see it, she's already kind of like recluse back into her home.
After calling Esther, excuse me, real quick. Did you keep that necklace? Did you take it off of me? Did you keep it?
Mm-hmm.
May I have it?
I would burn it. She kind of like tosses it out, just closes the door.
Ooh.
So can you do anything with it
I can.
that's useful?
I put it on.
Explodes.
Well,
And I start marching off to the tower. I have bears to take care of.
you know, children aren't supposed to... Never mind.
I guess before she closes the door, say, Esther, be in your best interest if a stray child comes your way to bring them to the town.
I fed him! What else did you want?
Okay.
Everybody seems to be in a good mood today.
Yeah.
I gotta, like, scratch thieves' camp mark on the right side of her doorway, like, possible danger. It's just like, you know, the Skyrim where you mark the little doors? Yes. Yeah.
Nah, yeah. You just kind of do it subtly, not to try to make too much noise and linger too much.
Yeah.
Just like Atari.
He just...
I'm not. Who's friends with her again in this part?
Him.
Kindish. Nobody's really friends with me, it sounds like. But
Terminius is just hoping that this act of valor and good deed will get the ancestors to shut up for a night so we can sleep.
We didn't really do anything.
And they're like, you killed a bear.
That's
And
it.
brought a child back to its mother, or the mother back to... Whatever.
And we orphaned 2
Shut up,
children.
Grandma.
we have bears. You have
We saved
bears.
1
I
kid,
didn't get
orphaned
you
2 kids. Woo!
As the night kind of dwindles down, you kind of assess yourselves and are like, just kind of take count of what happens. And you do hear, like, as the mother is taking Philip away, but Mama, she didn't do anything, and just shut up, and just kind of mad, just angry.
Slowly starts turning into Esther.
And just kind of like pulling him by the arm and just
Poor bastard.
yeah.
I think
We
Caldwell
saved
was his name?
Cauldron.
Cauldron. I thank him. So sorry to get you out for that. I mean, can I pay you for your time? or-
No, we evidently she was missing her child, and it was brought back because you can just tell she was just distraught. So
What father? He hasn't come back with cigarettes.
I don't know what everyone's problem is. It's not like the Crone's house has made him gingerbread or something.
I don't know that's
Have you tried it yet?
and you smell sense.
Bears.
Yeah. So you head back to the monolith. Door wide open, unless you fashion one.
Well, I fashioned something to keep them
Yeah,
contained. But other than that,
yeah.
whether it's a door or a pen or something real quick.
As y'all approach, you see A4 kind of points out. You can stay here, and Malcolm, you can stay here with the bears, and Trinius, there's a nice second floor.
Oh, the ancestors quieter here.
Not really.
He'll go upstairs and he'll.
See, A4 and Jovi have carved out this hovel in that time that was spent a way to let people actually climb up on the second floor.
Are there still closed rooms up there?
No, there's no closed rooms on this part.
Okay, you know what? He's paid up for the week at the end. He's going to go sleep at the end.
Sounds good?
You know what? Fuck this.
Wade, your inside search so bad you
Yeah.
get all bed.
Yeah, I go to sleep at the castle. I mean, fuck.
The castle?
Or at the monolith. Stay here.
I'll probably stay up a little bit late, maybe just doing whatever I can to make the bears comfortable. And then I want to do a ritual of detect magic on the necklace, just to be safe.
No magic.
Yeah. But she just kept going on. It was just enough to make me go, I wonder.
Do you have history or religion?
I have history.
I have a 3 intelligence to roll on it, but I'm not trained in religion.
Gotcha. You have one?
You can roll it.
Yeah.
You want
I
to?
think it's worth it.
Roll it.
What do you want to know?
Just want to know what religion.
Significance of this?
Yeah.
So it's from derivative of the moss mouth and its lore.
Okay.
It's a moss mouth is a story for children to frighten them from wandering off. The story goes, once there was a child that had a loving family that always taught their children never venture far alone and always carry an iron head and use it if they ever get lost. That way they can find their way back home. On a full moon night in a deep fog set over, the child did not listen to his parents and was playing outside as the fog crept in. They called and called for a young boy with no answer. They searched and searched, but found nothing but the lone arrowhead on the ground. Now, they say if you look deep enough in the fog, you can see the boy as it's turned into a monster. Some say they have seen this creature deep in the fog in the mountaintops. They say it's dressed themselves with the trees and stalked the deep forest for lost souls. Cursed by the witches of old, they call him Mossmouth, for he moans as a tree aches.
Parents is really good at getting people shot. Awesome.
So that is the significance of the arrowheads here in the town.
Very cool.
So it's really just like a superstitious ward against. I'm not disputing Mossmouth might actually be real.
But it sounds
This
like a
might be-
children's tale, yeah.
A children's tale, or this might just be some useless ward like the evil eye sign or something. That,
Small-minded superstition.
I mean, does anybody else suspect Esther? Like, we're sitting around the monolith, right?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
else is
Just
sleeping there? Are you
shit-talking.
there? Or
Yeah.
You're at the village,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just shooting the breeze.
Well,
and
he
be like,
could, until y'all actually retire,
Okay, sure.
if Serenus wants to be here, that's still fine.
yeah. So anybody else? Like, I just kind of have I just feel like that was like, especially this day and age that we're in, irresponsible for her to take the kid to there. Don't you think? Like, and then how did the scarf end up way somewhere else?
She probably turned into a large falcon and took the kid away herself. We got there just in time to rescue him from the ovens.
I mean, I'm not disputing that. I mean, that's kind of. I don't know that
Is she that old lady?
Somebody's wisdom has a 4. He's got a 4 wisdom over there. Oh, yeah, it's a living really.
It's possible.
This can't be invisible.
Or she had an early onset of, aged maladies, and she's just suffering for it for her life.
Or she actually just tried to help.
Bear enthusiast.
And she's also kind of a hermit and maybe has bad social skills. Just because one's alone doesn't mean they're wise.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think she's wise.
Well, that's what I mean. Is like I don't think if your intentions.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think she even thought that far to be like, I'm going to go into the town where people hate me with a child. I think she was probably scared to bring it up for fear of getting stabbed or burned.
Should have been stoned.
Dude. But by all means, if you want to investigate that.
well, I wonder about that's something we can investigate during the day. The next day, like, did this child walk up to there, or was it? Well, obviously he wasn't under any stress or anything, was he?
No, he seems, and we even heard the child say to his mom, like, she didn't hurt me. I don't know. Seems quite benign.
Well, she seems to care for the children. She believes the charms are evil. She keeps telling them to take it off. Maybe she was a mother once who lost children and has a soft spot for them.
Well, can't have children and has a soft spot for them. Either way, she doesn't seem
a soft spot for them.
Or ate her children, and this still has a soft spot.
Maybe wants to remove the protection charms from them. But she might not be.
Well, I
Moss
can
Mouth.
tell you these protection charms are completely useless.
They are.
Unless you're dealing with a kind of fae, and then the iron might actually be doing some good.
It's cold iron.
The problem about that whole thought is if those are actually protective charms that she's trying to remove from them, the kid entered her house with it.
Well, I don't think that it affects her in theory. Like, she might be an agent of Moss Mouth, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or she could just be
Preparing them. Oh, you don't need that. And now the kid goes back home. Moss Mouth. See what I'm saying? But I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
So,
And maybe the child's a doppelganger and she replaced it as an agent in the city.
see, that's not.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of common for us to infiltrate with doppelgangers, so
Yep.
how do we check for doppelgangers?
She could be afforded
Can I
to
do
go
an
to this
Arcana
house.
check for doppelgangers and see how we can test
Your
for a
ears.
doppelganger?
This entire town can be
Roll that for 20.
That's a really good fucking idea.
Roll a natural 20.
We could all.
That is a 17
For
That's
what?
close enough.
Arcana.
No, we gonna do an Arcana check?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want one of these?
I think it's kind of post, but
What are you doing?
How do you usually check for them was challenge words, just within your area. So if someone want to go into a secret area, you'll say 4, and they will match your challenge word. Physiologically, you don't know.
so maybe we could go back to the mother and say, is there something that you and your child might know that we can ask that you haven't discussed yet? Because that's actually a really good point, Malcolm.
I'm sure she'd love
We
to.
could go back the next day. How's Philip doing? Notice anything strange?
Malcolm.
She's been here for years.
This is good. Glad to have you.
Yes.
Sorry I said anything.
She's
Oh,
done
you're not
She's done nothing wrong.
All
She's
right.
just a nice old lady who's misunderstood.
Hashtag sarcasm.
Yeah.
That is very suspicious, though.
I was like, well, it's something to sleep on then.
Insight, is he lying about that snore?
Why is Malcolm sharpening his blade when he
Don't you put those under your pillow? What are you talking about?
Make sure everybody's okay. Go to bed.
Yeah,
Head first one bed.
I'm going to bed.
Here.
Here.
Monolith, yeah.
Your head and neck.
No.
Okay.
I should sleep here as well.
As usual, Any night I sleep in here, alarm at the entrance to the main entrance.
Triggers on.
Anybody other than us 5 and my familiar going through. The bears are penned up. They should not be running around at this point. Yeah.
It shouldn't be. And if they are breaking an alarm, he wants to know about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but the standard thing is us and my familiar. Just it's an audible
We do
alarm.
the 2 hours.
How's it?
Almost 7 minutes.
Okay. You want to do a quick minute break?
Yeah, we take a break.
Okay.
So this is like a dramatically appropriate time to do it.